Hello, welcome to the 2019 Walk Day training presentation. We're going to go through a timeline of events from prepping for Walk Day about a week out through the end of the event. So as you prepare for Walk Day, organization is key. Make sure you create a binder or folder or something that you can keep all of your paperwork, any permits or insurance, vendor contact information, volunteer schedule, and contact information all in one place so you know where it is on the event day. Please, please, please open and inventory all of your Walk Day registration materials. Open your t-shirt boxes, make sure you have all the sizes that you ordered. Check into your storage and see if all your materials are functional and current. Get rid of anything that doesn't work. Send an email to your volunteers for last minute reminders and assignments, and contact your vendors to confirm all your deliveries and services for that day. It is going to be Walk Christmas coming up soon. You're going to get quite a few different deliveries from us and from vendors. Your registration box is going to have a multitude of materials in it. You'll have your chapter booth materials, and make sure you get those to your chapter coordinator, or if you're the chapter coordinator, make sure you have someone assigned to that station or table. You'll have stickers, donation instructions, so you don't have to print out this whole PowerPoint. There'll be some condensed instructions for your volunteers so that they can know what to do at a glance. You'll receive your event day materials, what you've ordered from the form from one of our vendors. Those include your directional arrows, tattoos, certificates, name tags, balloons, etc. And then other shipments that you'll receive are your Walk t-shirts and your Walk banner and a Penny Kids Dash sign, should you have ordered that. The day before the walk, open and review all of the materials in their folder so that you're aware of everything that's there. Review and make copies of your registration and your t-shirt reports, and make sure you have your waiver forms handy. And then prep and organize your t-shirts for Walk Day. Sort and count sizes, separate your team shirts, and make sure everything's all ready to go the day before the walk. Before your walk starts, you and your volunteers should arrive 2 hours prior to registration. Before your walk starts, you and your volunteers should arrive 2 hours before registration to get everything set up. Prioritize registration desk first, and then work to finish registration. Finish the rest of your setup from there. Make sure you meet with your volunteers and go over your assignments, instructions, and give them the tools they need to complete their tasks. And have everyone in place 20 minutes prior to registration start in case you have any early arrivals. You're ready to go. We believe that a work table or station is key to a seamless check-in on your walk day. Create a table that has, your pens, calculators, envelopes, instructions, Sharpies, name tags, so that everyone can fill out all the paperwork they need there, and then the registration table can just be an easy check-in, and people aren't bogged down by others trying to complete materials when they're trying to check in or drop off their envelopes. We'd like to have a volunteer stationed at the work table to meet and greet walkers, kind of like your tour director, guiding them on the best way to go based on what they need to do. Have they registered for Walk Day? Yes. Do they have any money to bring in? Make sure you direct them to the right envelope that they need. And if not, they can head to check in at the registration table. If they haven't registered, direct them to the registration envelope. And if they have any money, they can put it right in there. And then once they're completed, they can head to the registration desk to drop it off. Coming up next, we're going to talk about all the materials that you will need for registration. You will have your pre-registration envelopes. These are the long, skinny envelopes for people who have already registered prior to walk day but need to drop off money. So they'll put their name, their team, if they're on a team, and then the amount on the bottom are the key elements that need to be completed on this form. Walk-on envelopes, these are the large envelopes that are kind of a mini registration form and a way to capture money all in one. Make sure that they have their name, email address, and signature on these envelopes. And then they can include any donations and seal the envelope and drop it off at the registration desk. This is what it looks like. One adult per form. Adults go on the top, kids under 18 in the middle, and then make sure they sign it on the bottom. Should they have any money, they can collect that information in the middle right underneath where you enter your kids. For yourself and your volunteers, please do not open the envelopes and keep that bottom section blank so that the team at the foundation have a spot to do all their accounting and calculations that they need to do when the envelopes get back to the foundation. This year, we are no longer using or accepting offline credit card information, which means we cannot take paper forms. Should a paper form come our way and there is contact information, we will call that person and let them know that they need to make their donation online. And then we will shred that form. We will not take their information from that sheet and enter it on the back end. The card holder needs to make that donation themselves online. So if you have any extra forms in your possession, please shred them, junk them, get rid of them so that we do not use them. Instead, we are going to encourage donors to make their donations online through their personal device. These 5 easy steps. So they will go to, and everyone will have a sheet with these instructions on them in their folder in the registration box. They'll go to walkforpkd.org/your walk name, for example, walkforpkd.org/Kansas City. If they're making a donation to the event, should be for a raffle or silent auction or just a general donation. Or if they are a new walker and want to make a donation that will later be added on to their personal page, they can make a donation to the event. Should they want to make a donation to the team or participant, they will use the search function to select a team or participant for their donation. They'll choose their amount or type in their amount, and then how they want to be recognized, whether it's anonymous or by their name. Complete the donation details and their contact information or billing information. Review everything and click the green Donate Now button to submit their donation. The miscellaneous revenue envelope that you will see in your folder is for anything else that's not money from a participant. For example, raffle, auction, any kids dash money, anything else that you guys do to generate additional funds at the walk will go in these miscellaneous revenue envelopes. Count up the money, write the amount on the front, and what kind of revenue it is, whether it's a raffle or an auction. Other signage that you will use on walk day, there's purple directional arrows. Should you have ordered those, they're great for marking paths, directing people to registration, restrooms, any other key spots on your venue that you want people to go to. And you'll just use them as you see fit. It is great to have a volunteer on your route. Equip them with a map and the tools they need to set up the route, and then have them be the last to walk the route at the end, and then they can clean up everything at the end of the event. If it's possible at your location, try to have some water stops along the way and trash bags that people can drop their items in the proper receptacles, and you're keeping the path clean. Recognition, we have recognition signs. You can put the team names along on the path. You can use them to recognize sponsors or take team photos and send pictures of people, teams after the event with a little thank you note. And this is what that sign looks like. We're going to now go over the registration process. Registration reports will be pulled after we close online registration at 5 p.m. your local time on the Thursday before the walk. We will run your registration report and email them to you, to your walk account. You'll need to make enough copies for your registration volunteers. Use these reports, check in people at the walk, and then send the reports back to the foundation with your walk day money. We talked about the work tables and having envelopes, pens, and calculators, name tags, Sharpies, etc., and any work table instructions that'll be in the folder in the registration box. You'll want your alpha ordered registration report. It's listed by walker's last name. Your waiver form for any of those people who have not signed the waiver prior to walk day, pens, highlighters, and your flare stickers. At the t-shirt table, you'll need your t-shirt report and a fulfillment form. Should you run out of a size, you can mark the person's name, address, and size on that sheet and send it back to the foundation, and we will send a shirt to them from the foundation. One of the main key materials that you definitely need at all of these stations are friendly volunteers who know the process and the t-shirt incentive program. This is your first impression and first line of defense at the walk, and you want to make it a good experience and have the people work with nice, friendly volunteers who know how to direct them in the best way. This is an example of how you can lay out your registration tables. You can have your work tables in the front, your alpha check-in tables for people to check in by last name, and then in the back you have your t-shirts available for pickup, individuals and teams. But always set it up however works best for you and your walk. When I'm breaking down what the registration volunteers do into steps, got 4 things. Checking off the walker and marking them as attended on their sheet. Check that they have signed the waiver. Give them any appropriate stickers, and then send them to the t-shirt table or on their way to have fun at the walk. So if they are pre-registered, they have registered online, we need to find their name on the registration report, check if they're a team member or an individual, and then you'll want to check and see if they've completed the waiver. If they're turning in money, making sure the envelope is sealed and place it in a secure location. And then you're gonna check if they're a walk-on person, if the envelope is filled out and signed at the bottom, and there's one adult per form. Verify their participation type, if they're a new team member or a team captain, so you know how best to direct them the next step. Ensure envelopes are sealed and place them in a secure place by you, and then do not open the envelopes. Sometimes participants don't make it all the way through registration. Should they be signed up through the multi-reg function, or they just don't get all the way through the process and they don't get a chance to sign the waiver. We need to ensure that everyone who attends the walk signs the waiver, so we have the waiver available for them to sign, and it will be indicated on the registration report to know who has signed it and who hasn't. We're going to keep those registration waiver forms and put them in the envelopes at the end. This is an example of the registration report. You'll see that the people who don't have a yes next to their name have not signed the waiver. For example, Jill has not signed the waiver, and she is not a team captain. So you would direct her to sign the waiver and then probably check in with her, just sign the waiver and be on her way, because it doesn't look like she's on a team, so she won't have to check in with her team captain. This is an example of what the waiver form is that you'll see in your folder. You'll have more than 3 spots for people to sign. It's a full sheet of spaces for people to sign, and you can, if you need a lot more than 3 sheets, you can turn it over, have people sign on the back. We'll just make it work. The next step is to hand out your stickers or flyer. If the form registration sheet says that they're a team captain, they get one of those purple team captain stickers. If they are a top fundraiser sticker, then they should receive one of those. They have raised $1,000 or more. We found out recently that Otska and Sanofi Genzyme have both come in as national sponsors. If they start a team and are there and they check in, then the national sponsor sticker is available for them. Palladio is also sponsoring some local walks, so you can use this sticker for them, and should they start a team or attend your walk as well. Again, this is what the registration form or sheet looks like. You can see Otska Cares here as their, that's one of the national sponsor teams. So you can give Chris Beal or that person the national sponsor sticker. And under the team captain column, you'll see if there has a yes, you'll see it's a team captain sticker to that person. And you'll see under the raised column how much they've raised. So $1,000 or more earns them the top fundraisers. Pro tip, highlight team captains and top fundraisers so volunteers can find them at a glance. It's easy for them to pick out and figure out who needs to get what stickers. The last step at the registration table is to direct the participants to the t-shirt table or to their team captain to pick up their shirts. If they come in and check in at the registration table and they are a team captain, direct them to the t-shirt table to check and see if they need to pick up their team shirts. If they are a team member and have raised $100 or more, direct them to find their team captain to get their shirt. If a team member registers that day and it brings $100, write that dollar amount and post it, or use a ticket system, or however you'd like to get that information to the t-shirt table, and direct that walker to the t-shirt table to pick up their t-shirt. Any individuals who have raised $100 or more based on the registration report will be directed to the t-shirt table to pick up their t-shirt. If they registered that day and brought in $100 and are an individual, write that amount on a post-it or use some kind of ticket system and direct that walker to redeem their shirt at the t-shirt table. Now this is the process for the t-shirt table. This is the t-shirt initiative. The individuals are very easy. Each individual that raises $100 will receive a t-shirt. As for the team incentive, for every $100 a team raises, they get a t-shirt, not to exceed the number of registered members on the team. So if they've raised $500 and they have 3 members on their team, they will receive 3 t-shirts. If 2 more members join their team, then that additional member those 2 members will also receive t-shirts as they are registered, and that team has enough money to allocate 2 more shirts to those people. Those team members who have raised $100 receive their shirts first. Any leftover t-shirts from the team fundraising are distributed at the discretion of the team captain. So when you're at the t-shirt redemption table, most often you'll be getting people, checking in people who have earned shirts prior to walk day. Team captains, you'll just check their name off the list and hand them their bag of shirts that are all pre-sorted. It's handy to have the team list attached to the bundle of shirts so that the team captain knows what sizes are there and they can distribute them to their team and their people. For individuals, check their name off the list and hand the shirt to their walker, verifying the size shirt that they would like. And then team members will most likely be directing them to the team captain to receive their t-shirts. If they brought in money on walk day, hand out team captain shirts to them, and individuals distribute them based off the money they've raised. Individuals will get one shirt if they've raised $100 or more, and team captains, depending on how many people are joining them that day and how much money they've raised, will get shirts based on that. Team members, write a new team member name on the sheet and then the amount to the team list. A team member may bring $50, and that might set that team over to earn another shirt. And team captains can check back periodically to see if they need to pick up any more shirts. Should you run out of a size, use that fulfillment form to write down the walker's name, address, and size, and then put that envelope or put that sheet in the FedEx envelope, and we'll take care of and send them a shirt after walk day. After registration, there's just a few extra details in regards to walk day we wanted to review. The Penny Kids Dash is a great way to get your youngest fundraisers bringing in money for your event. There are definitely different activities or things that they can do prior to walk day, such as doing a lemonade stand or saving up their allowance money, doing any contests at school, or just collecting pennies as they find them. There are some activities that you can print out on walkforpkd.org under the About section, and then Penny Kids Dash that you can have at your activities table. Some people not quite sure what to do for the Penny Kids Dash. It is different everywhere I've gone. Some people do a short little race in a field. They have like a start line and a finish line. They do a couple different heats with, your younger kids, and then your 2 to 5 year olds, then your 6 to 8 year olds, and then maybe your 9 to 12 year olds would be the last group. Some people do literally a dash to pick up pennies off the ground. Others do a kidney bean on the spoon race. Others just do a run. Feel free to get creative and have it just be a fun little event for the kids. Sometimes it happens right before the start line ceremony and before the walk. Some people execute it after the dash. It just depends on what works best for you and your walk. The start line ceremony should be coming to you soon. Feel free to create and build an MC script for your MC or whoever is making announcements throughout the day for you to keep you on time. Include a timeline of events and announcements you'd like that person to make. Print in and review the start line ceremony. Should a PKD Foundation staff member be attending your walk, you can have them say any part of that ceremony, and then you can finish up in the section where it talks about walk coordinator and or chapter coordinator. Try to follow the script as best you can. Keep any other messages concise, meaningful, and make sure that fundraising message is heard. Fundraising just doesn't stop at the walk day event. It continues through the end of the year. Once walkers come back from the finish line. From walking, make sure you're cheering them on as they return. Have water or some kind of specialty item available is always a fun option. And keep those booths open and make sure there's music playing. Make it a fun event even after people return from the walk. Once everyone is kind of started cleaning up and leaving, get all those registration envelopes and waiver sheets, registration reports, fulfillment order if needed, put it all in that FedEx envelope and stick the label on, get it in the mail back to the foundation. And then post-event, make sure you're inventorying your supplies, report back the PKD Foundation staff if you'd like, but just document everything. Make sure you know what shirts worked for you. Did you have extra mediums? Did you need more smalls? That way next year when we ask you what to order, you have all your information right there and it's very easy to fill out the form. Same goes for your registration materials and day of event materials. If you document everything now, then it makes it a lot easier for next year. Be sure to thank and recognize your sponsors. Send them a little thank you note. If you have an extra t-shirt that you can send along to them, that's always a nice thing to do. And then submit your volunteer hours, reimbursements, in-kind donations. All those links to those forms are on the coordinator resource page, pkdcure.org/coordinators. And that is the end. You've successfully completed a walk. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact any of us on the walk staff.